Yes, I feel better. Thank you for the prayers. I got sick to my tummy yesterday. I had to call it off. I wanted to share this with you. Anyway, I am like, oh my golly. So I was deep into the Nancy Guthrie case, and I was looking at all the connections of what appear to be Satanist things, right? And it was leading me back to Jeffrey Epstein all the time, and I'm like, I don't want to be in this box with this research. I want to be out of this rabbit hole. But it's staring us in the face. Everything that goes by on the YouTube reels and TikTok reels and so forth is Jeffrey Epstein. It's all over the place. The Iran war has fallen behind Jeffrey Epstein. And I'm like, oh my God. Well, what happened is I was looking up Jeffrey Epstein, and this old video pops up. And I'm like, what in the world is this CCTV footage? And then it says, is this Madeleine McCann being abducted? And I'm like, what? There is no CCTV footage. Well, there was CCTV footage. They could never prove it was her. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm watching this, and there's actually 5 different CCTV videos of this woman that is walking with a little girl that is the same age, same size, same haircut, same everything. And this woman that's walking, I look down and I'm like, whoa, why would YouTube have recommended, when I'm looking up the Epstein files, this video? Because this video is 17 years old is when it was uploaded, and it's even a year older than that from when this wait a minute, this footage is coming right from the year that Madeleine McCann went missing. And I was trying to figure it all out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so weird. And I'm looking at the woman in the footage, and I'm like, is that Ghislaine Maxwell? I swear to you, I'm like, is that Ghislaine? I didn't know who she was 2 years ago, to be honest. I wasn't trying to pay attention to that stuff because I didn't think it was real. I don't know, denial, hopeful denial, the evil like that didn't exist. All right, but then I'm watching the footage and I'm like, this is just bizarre. I have to share this. Well, then I went and started looking up Madeleine McCann and Epstein files, and lo and behold, Madeleine McCann's in the Epstein files. And there are eyewitness reports at the time of her disappearance that are almost exactly detailing what I'm seeing in this footage. And I'm like, what in the world? I'm like, how would she even have gotten Madeleine out of the country? Turns out Ghislaine Maxwell is a pilot, always was a pilot. I got all that. And I got so much more that's going to leave you thinking, OMG, what the hell is going on? It's a lot to talk about. Could Madeleine McCann have been sold? Would Ghislaine Maxwell have been in Portugal? Yes. There is so much to unpack in this that it's going to leave you, no matter where you sit in the Madeleine McCann case, if you have the slightest bit of open-minded, still questioning what happened to her. And you may say, well, wait a minute, Mama D, cadaver dogs hit in that apartment. Yes, that is true. However, they're saying that the dogs were hitting on a male DNA. Passed over, decomposed male DNA, and that it had nothing to do with Madeleine. I don't know if that's true or not. We've been fed so much. Is Christian Brückner really the bad guy? I don't know. But what I do know is I will not be able to go on my way and not think about this always as a question. Did Madeleine McCann get sold? I'm not accusing the parents, but did she get sold to Jeffrey Epstein. The drip, the keyhole iris, right? That drips into the pupil that drips into the iris that Madeleine McCann is known for. When it first happened that Madeleine was reported missing and I saw that, I'll be honest, I thought, wow, that's so unique that unfortunately somebody with very bad intentions may have found that fascinating. Now jump ahead to 2026 and I'm like, oh my God, what I'm about to share with you is really disturbing. So I don't know what to think. We are going to dig deep and find out. Hi, Donald MF. It was the submarine that transported people. Ghislaine is a certified submarine operator and a pilot. And she's also a pilot. I don't know about a submarine, but hi, Jennifer Swain. Hi, Lollipop Land. Welcome back. Hey, Jesse Cam. Donald, welcome back. Jennifer Swain, I'm in a tornado warning right now. Get in the base. Oh, you do? Do you have a basement? Oh my God, sending healing energy, Lord Jesus, to Jennifer to protect her. Protect her with all our love and keep her safe. That's horrifying. Please be safe and save the battery on your phone in case you need it. If you need to do replay, do it. 100% since the McCann and Maxwell pic's been out there for a while. There's pics, there's all kinds of stuff, but what I've never seen is the CCTV that I'll show you as we work through this. I want to give some special shout outs to those that I grabbed clips from after I found that CCTV footage to kind of explain where it all kind of could come together, right? Get ready, y'all. This gets heavy. Here we go. So let's start off with a huge shout out to Trap More Ross. Now, I gave him a big shout out during the Jay Slater case because I covered some of... I've got to get a drink. I feel like my throat's going to crack. Hopefully that'll do. I know I'm a loud drinker. So, during the Jay Slater case, he released some information about Potter Paper, an interview that Ab was in. I covered it. I got to know that Trapmore Ross is very detailed, and I appreciate his style very much. Please go over if that's your style. Give him some love. Give him a like and a sub. And with that being said, let's get into this heavy duty. So, take a deep breath. Madeleine McCann, well, let me see. Hold on, y'all. Yes, I just wanted to confirm the date exactly. Was on vacation with Gerry and Kate McCann in Portugal. And she was just 3 years old at the time when they reported that they went to dinner and left all the kids back in the apartment alone. And when they came to check on them, when Kate came to check on them, the children, because there was her, Madeleine's twin siblings were there and they were younger. They were just babies. And this family thought it was okay to leave these children alone. Anyway, the child was gone. Now, there's been a lot of suspicion whether the window was open or not. Kate McCann claims that the bedroom window was wide open, that she was hit with a breeze when she walked in the room. Could it be true? I find this very interesting, and so I thought we'd break it down today with this case. And is it possible that she was either sold or abducted? Because you tell me what is going on here. This gets wild. I want to say hello to a few people. First of all, thank you. Thank you, you guys. I got my YouTube report And it was like we had a gold star. And I'm like, I know who did it. I know who gave me a gold star. You did. Because you hit the sub and you hit the like, and a lot of you like are in the hype up party, right? You're hyping it up on the replay. And I'm just so grateful. Thank you. You made my day. And I want to say hello to my live audience and my replay crew, as well as those of you that are in the live but don't want to chat. I love you all. Thank you. C-I-J-I, Hannon. I'm going to call you Hannon. OMG, I've been watching this. That's crazy. Wait till you see the CCTV footage. I was like, OMG, what in the world? Stacy McCarthy, welcome back, which is crazy leaving children alone. Yes. And both parents are doctors. Jonah Claudia says it's not Madeleine. A father said this little girl was his daughter with her nanny. I don't even know what you're talking about, love. Oh, you mean the video? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, is the person being honest? We don't know. A lot of things are said to be debunked, and then later we find out that's just not true. And it's definitely worth looking at. Yes, hoping everything is good for Jennifer. Let's get into this. So, we start off here. The picture here, well, let me just show you this. This is a sketch right here. This is the sketch of a woman that was of a person of interest when Madeleine went missing. And a lot of people nowadays are looking at it going, huh, that's so interesting. Because over here I have Ghislaine Maxwell, who is, well, here, let's just do this. Now you know. I mean, that face is unrecognizable, or unforgettable. Did she look like that during the time? Well, we'll do our research. We'll dig into this and find out. So that's interesting. And that's what this starts with. Is a photo showing Ghislaine Maxwell in 2007 when Madeleine McCann was taken, is almost identical to her female abductor sketch recently posted. Well, it wasn't too recently. It was posted a long time ago. And like I said, go give Trapmore Ross some love and respect. And let's see what he's got to say.
That's the photo fit. Said it could have been, as it's been reported, Maxwell from...
Hold on. We need to get this up higher so that it's not blocking what he's doing.
That's the photo fit. Said it could have been, as it's been reported, Maxwell from the 90s used to... One of the people convicted was former ambassador Manuel Abrantes, a prominent TV personality Carlos Cruz, and a UNESCO ambassador Jorge Rito.
Okay. So the orphanage in... the Casa Pia orphanage in Portugal was busted wide open, and it turned out that there were so many very influential and rich men that were using this orphanage to obtain children for their own use. And so, you know, a pedo ring disguised as an orphanage. That could be like honey to a fly if you're Jeffrey Epstein, in my opinion. So we do know that Ghislaine Maxwell was a pilot. I'll show you. As well as she frequented Portugal. So it really begs some questions, you know what I'm saying? For Husky Homestead, wow, and she was those type groups as her dad. and all the elites. An attorney overheard that Maddie was a party with elites. Maddie was about 14 at the time. Nothing came of it. Yeah, I heard about that. But you see what I'm saying, like this orphanage right there, and it gets busted with all these prominent television personalities, a former ambassador, all moving in the same circle with Epstein. Like known to move in the same circles with Epstein. They're all busted in connection to Casa Pia Orphanage. And it's a pedo ring for rich, financially rich men. Okay? That's concerning. Let's continue.
All were convicted using the Casa Pia orphanages as a way to claim children for their needs. During the case, a raid named Operation Predator obtained images that were illegal, and it was reported that images of Madeleine were seized, although it's never been confirmed. Paolo Reblo, the policeman responsible for the orphanage case, later became the lead investigator in Madeleine's abduction. This is not the first case in Portugal, and it will not be the last. It's been a hub for this type of thing. I don't want to know about all of that stuff.
Okay.
That's the photo.
I'm not muted. I'm just speechless because that right there already has my stomach churning. Our Prime Minister in Canada is in Epstein files. Wow, Andrea, thank you for sharing that. For Husky's Homestead, welcome back again. I think this case has tried to be buried to get the focus off the real abductors. Just blame the other guy who's in prison for life already. Oh my gosh, Nikki just said we only have 74 likes. Y'all, really? Try a little harder, please. I greatly appreciate it. No voice? I'm not sure, lovely. Maybe go out and come back in? All right. Let's continue with Trap More Ross. Listen to what he has to say here.
Oh, this image would be shared. Madeleine McCann suspect demanded new daughter delivery. That's what they're saying. A woman at the centre of the search for Maddie McCann was waiting for a child to be delivered just days after the disappearance.
Now hold on. The woman's sketch is the one you're seeing. The story you're about to hear of waiting for her new daughter is this sketch. Which, right? What is that? Ah, that's what makes me do. Ah, I'm like, what? This is getting weirder and it just gets crazy. Okay, let's go back over. Listen to this new daughter, okay? New daughter.
Oh, this image would be shared. Madeleine McCann suspect demanded new daughter delivery. That's what they're saying. A woman at the centre of the search for Maddie McCann was waiting for a child to be delivered just days after the disappearance. Excuse me? The woman at the centre of the search for Maddie McCann was waiting for a child to be delivered just days after the disappearance. That looks so like Ghislaine Maxwell, it's not even funny. Private detectives are hunting the mystery woman, believed to be from Australia or New Zealand, after a British businessman told them about a conversation he had with her in Spain just 70...
Tawana, lovely, we have sound. So you need to exit, come back in. I don't know how to tell you. If somebody wants to type it and let her know. If you ever have, yeah, leave and come back in, y'all. There's sound. It's not me. Sadly, burn going on for many years. It's been going on. Yeah, if you're having sound issues in the live, all I can say is come back in, lovelies, because we got sound.
2 hours after Madeleine vanished from a Portuguese resort on May the 3rd, 2007. Although investigators refused to reveal details of what was said, British newspapers on Friday said the woman had confused him with a man she was waiting to deliver her new daughter. Unnamed sources claim the businessman, who was in Barcelona partying with friends, spoke to the woman about 2 a.m. on May the 7th as she paced anxiously outside a waterfront bar in Barcelona. It's claimed that when he approached her, she asked him, "Are you here to deliver my new daughter? Have you got her? Have you got the child?" When she realised he was not a courier and did not know what she was talking about, she walked off. The man came to believe the woman had been expecting someone who was going to hand something over, one source told The Sun. From what she said, he took it to be a female child. She was very insistent he had her new daughter, and where was she? He had no idea what she meant at the time, but when he found out Maddie's abduction, he found it suspicious. The woman seemed to be in a bar at an appointed hour, waiting for someone to show and hand something over. When she realized he wasn't who she was expecting, she quickly brought the conversation to a close. The man told investigators he strongly believed the woman had an Australian accent, but a friend who had heard their conversation thought it was possible she was a New Zealander. Madeleine disappeared from her family's rented holiday apartment 9 days shy of her 4th birthday. Private investigators hired by Maddie's parents, Kate and Gerry, believe the toddler could have been taken by boat from Portugal to Barcelona. They released a sketch of the woman in question based on the British witness's description in the hope of tracking her down to question her about the girl's disappearance. She's described as being aged 30 or 35, between those ages, slim build and glamorous appearance similar to Victoria Beckham. That image is...
Are you kidding me? Look at this. Let's move this around so that they're right side by side. We'll tip this so it looks more like... Now, let's make this just a little bigger. Man, that's wild. You know, I've seen some really crappy sketches, but this ain't one. Someone was watching that apartment the entire week, and the parents left the children alone each night like it was planned. Thanks for sharing your opinion. Her sketch matches the one. A couple on a beach reported man and woman sat in a car taking photos of their kids. It's in the PG files. I knew this would come back around. Hi, everybody. Hi, Claire. Welcome back. Lisa's opinion says, I believe China has a lot of missing children regarding Epstein. You're on replay. You just got YouTube back. Welcome back, Linda. We missed you. Sadly, okay, hold on. Chat is flying. Sadly, been many saying they think they are Madeleine. I know. All right, you guys. Let's just go a little further. Let's dig into the Epstein files. Listen to this. And it just, I saved the weirdest for last.
Files. So
it's
this was sent in
to
the Washington field office. It says, Dear Sirs, a 2019 documentary is currently being shown on Netflix Canada titled The Disappearance of Madeleine McCann. It's about the 4-year-old English girl who disappeared from Portugal in 2007 while on holiday with her parents and siblings. She's never been found. In Series 1, Episode 3, Portuguese journalists refer to a scandal that took place years earlier regarding a child abuse in a Portuguese orphanage. It's referred to as the Pact of Silence in connection with the orphanage Casa Pia. A journalist states that it's a known fact that American millionaires were flying into Portugal on private jets for the purpose of abusing the youths. This might be a line of inquiry that you wish to follow up. Yours truly, blank. Very suspect. Now, no one...
Very suspect. So all that talk about that orphanage... Let me go back. Where is it? Right here. This person's talking about the series, Episode 3. Portugal's journalists refer to a scandal that took place years earlier regarding child abuse in Portuguese orphanage. Again, this is Casa Pia, and it is referred to as a pact of silence in connection with the orphanage. Casa Pia, a journalist states that is a known fact that American millionaires were flying into Portugal on private jets. For the purpose of the little ones. Private jets? Oh, who's that make you think of? Huh? Seriously. Totally image is uncanny. It gets weirder. Oh, great. I get the weirdest. Yep, you get the weirdest. Hello and welcome back, Spilled Paint Furniture Flipper. All right, are you ready? We're going to the file. Okay, we give it a little click. Let's see what we need to do so that you can see it. There it is. We're on the actual file itself. If you'd like it to look it up, it's 50D-NY-302-7571, serial 425. All right. So This is in reference, it looks to me like this didn't come in till 2020, which, 13 years later, but okay. This person is talking, the case is Epstein Jeffrey, child X trafficking, raggy, right? Now, it says, on June 6, 2020, at 5:03 p.m. Eastern Time, black, date of birth black, home telephone number black, residential address black, United Kingdom, so out of the United Kingdom, Internet Protocol England, submitted an online tip to the FBI National Threat Operations Center, NTOC, via tipsfbi.gov regarding an alleged sighting of Ghislaine Maxwell with missing person Madeleine McCann in September of 2009. So this would have been, they would have seen this 2 years after Madeleine was missing. This is what they say. In September of 2009, I was living in black. I went to the shop down the road. It was a Sunday and very quiet. I turned off from my street on the main road and found myself walking behind a woman and a little girl. Now, keep in mind, this would be a 5-year-old now, not a 3-year-old. Goes on to say, there was also a middle-aged man with them, but he was walking much further ahead. When I got up close to the girl, I noticed she looked like Madeleine McCann. The woman was trying to hurry her along and seemed agitated that I was there. The little girl held her hand over her right eye the whole time we were walking along. She kept on turning around to look at me. I turned off after a while. I reported it to a website as a sighting as I found it was odd. Didn't think about it for years till I saw the FBI post about Ghislaine Maxwell and the theory of her taking, hold on, next page, Madeleine McCann. The woman I saw looked just like Ghislaine Maxwell. I reported the sighting to the police, but thought I would report it to you as well. Huh. That's bizarre. Hello, Jam Funk. Welcome back, lovely. Yes, please stay safe and let us know. For Husky says so. I think the entire friend group with the McCanns were into SA with the children. Just so you guys know, that is for Husky sharing their opinion. Please do not, for legal purposes, realize that third parties' opinions are not necessarily shared by me and definitely do not reflect upon me or my channel for legal purposes. I am simply sharing what other people think, other people feel, and I have the right to share what other people think and feel. Carla, while this is built Madeleine McCann, that's absolutely crazy. This is in the Epstein files. First time I'm hearing of this. Hand over the eye, Maddie. Had a distinct eye. Correct. So let's go back over. Now I got to push a different button. Oh, I got to push a couple different buttons. We got to get back over here. All right. So that's strange. That's 2 times that Madeleine came up. Now, I wanted us to kind of look and see what she looked like, Ghislaine Maxwell, in 2007. So I dug this up because I'm like, what did she really look like? And this shows 3 different pictures, and these were all taken in 2007. So this middle one here is of Dana Taylor and Danielle Gannick and Ghislaine Maxwell attending the Guggenheim party for Danielle Gansley's new book, Lulu Meets God and Doubts Him. How fitting, huh? And this was on May 30th, 2007. So, I mean, hair changes, right? It could be shorter or longer in the same year. I cut all my hair off way up here 3 months ago. Same year. I got people to prove it. I got lives that prove how short my hair was. And now look at it. So then we have to do that whole thing where we're like, could she have cut her hair? Well, she liked her hair short. You know what I'm saying? Wow, 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 says Four Huskies. You will watch the replay. Thank you, Jan, thank you. Stacy says yes, please, but my opinion or allegedly when posting, yes. Our Jen will be safe, not a woman to reckon with. That's right. I'm sorry about the mumbo jumbo on that God question. I'm using voice recording. That makes it hard, Carla, right? Pamela says, Gray McCann was on the panel. Who's Gray McCann? You mean... I don't know who Gray McCann is. Gray McCann was on the panel of Kumar giving the medical okay for the nuclear industry. UK government protects him. Yes, your opinion. Picture, not the pit. You guys, stay with me here. All right. I wanted to prove to you that she's a pilot. Why? Because... somebody's going to say, how would she even got Madeleine out of the country if she took her? Because they were looking for that child. Well, if you're a pilot, a little extra baggage along the way. Listen to this.
Now, here's a picture of Maxwell flying a helicopter, and part of the reason this is significant is because she's relatively young here. And so that shows that she truly has been flying a helicopter for a long time. For all of the people who have claimed, well, we never rode on a helicopter with Ghislaine, or she didn't actually fly us to the island, people would say they didn't know that she could actually fly a helicopter. Very clearly she can, and she's doing it right here. In some other pictures, the captain, or the person that was flying, was actually in that seat, and they swapped seats, so she's in full control of it from what I can tell.
Boom, right? Now, I want to show you this footage. So somebody in the crowd is saying, well, some guy came forward and said it was his nanny walking his daughter. Maybe. Or maybe that was Ghislaine Maxwell's hired guy to come out and tell the media. 2007, none of us were aware of any of this Epstein stuff, really. And so we would have been easily just brushed off by the slightest explanation. But that's not how it works nowadays. So it could have been just a hired crisis actor to come in and play a role and say, that was my daughter, don't worry about it. Whatever. This is from 2017, and this is peculiar to me. All right? So I looked it up, first of all. And it says Madeleine McCann was reported missing on the evening of May 3rd, 2007 from a holiday apartment in Praia da Luz, Portugal. She was 3 years old at the time and vanished from her bed while her parents were dining at a nearby restaurant. I mean, right there should have been some neglect charges, in my personal opinion, on any parent that left their 3-year-old, let alone all 3 of their children, all under 3 or younger, alone. I don't care what's going on. Now, some people online have suggested that perhaps they over-medicated the children to make them sleep soundly. I don't know. A lot of people say, well, the twins that were younger than Madeleine did not wake during the investigation of searching for Madeleine in the apartment. Why wouldn't the babies wake? But they were fine. So it's just strange, you know what I'm saying? Carla says, okay, if Ghislaine Maxwell took Maddie, how did Ghislaine know the Maddie and the family was in Portugal? I'm suggesting it's possible that she was sold. I'm not accusing the parents. I'm just saying it's possible. It's possible. For Husky's Homestead, this case has kept you up at night. I really pray they get the people who are responsible, all of them. Linda Beatty says, oh no, I know how good you are, Mama. I'm not saying that this is. I'm just showing you everything. Michelle Mybell, well, I caught up. Hope they can get the witness again and told and showed GM real picture. And how convenient she's a pilot. Money hides things from people. Family holiday, but leave the kids alone. Thank you, Nikki. I agree with you. That's just wild. Kim says there were people in different countries stealing kids. That easy. Lots of people fly planes. Yeah. All right. This is wild. Here's the footage, you guys. Let me take chat off the screen for a little bit. Here we go. This is what, out of the blue, got sent to me. Well, not sent to me. Like, YouTube kicked this up on my normal feed. And I was like, why does that look like Ghislaine Maxwell? Why does that look like Madeleine? Here we go, guys. There's like 5 or 6 of them. Give it a minute. It's a little slow. The first one. Now keep in mind, Ghislaine always wears those longer kind of coats, right? I mean, even in the picture I showed you, from that time frame, she was wearing the lengthier coats. This is camera 2. There's several. 4 Huskies believe the twins were knocked out because they were drugged, in your opinion? A lot of people believe that. Look at that. Oh my God, that beanie on her head. It makes me think of her so much because she liked to wear beanies. She liked the longer coats. She likes that style clothing. And this little girl looks about 3 years old. She looks so similar to the shape of Maddie. And that haircut. Come on, that's wild to me. I'm not saying it's Madeleine McCann. I'm saying this kid looks so much like her. And this lady looks so much... I mean, even the walk looks like Ghislaine Maxwell. Look at that, look at that, look at that. What is this? Like, am I in some psyops? This is crazy. 5th one. Now this one comes from long away. Takes forever to get here. Kim Cheeky, you need to use, in my opinion, hon. Don't make just harsh, bold statements that you don't have absolute proof on. Just say, in my opinion, or I think, or I feel. All right, let's go back, you guys. I want to go back to that one. Okay, that is strange. That is so strange. When and where's this taken? This was taken back in 2007 in Portugal, right near the area that Madeleine McCann went missing. And it is, you can look it up online now. It's 17-year-old CCTV footage. Okay, where's that one where it's really close up? This one, right? Look at this child. Look at the hair. Now, it doesn't have to be her, but I'm like, what? And the woman has on a beanie and wears the same style of clothes. OMG, that's what I feel too. I don't know. Okay, let's read this. Pamela Gull says, allegedly, according to Pamela, Gerry McCann, Madeleine's father, was on a panel that UK nuclear power was safe. I don't know, hon. I know he was a doctor. I don't know how much he had to do with nuclear power. Week after Maddie missing, Gordon Brown of UK government intervened. I'm not sure, lovely. When and where is this taken? Yeah. Waiting patiently. There you go. You think the police were paid off? Well, Epstein has told us through the victims have told us that Epstein told them he runs and rules the government like he owns it. that he owns the banks. You can see that they're not family related. Well, this is what I'm saying. You can tell they're not like mother-daughter. OMG, right? Mika Matinia lives. What if Erica Kirk or Katy Perry really are Maddie or John Bonet? I don't think so. Neither one of them had the, John Bonet. Well, they're not Maddie, or their eye would be all like dripped, right? Hi, Serena. Thank you, Zozo. Yes, please hit that like button. It's free. So is subscribing, 100% free. Members, which is the join button, that actually is the membership for our PIs. And you might want that because we're going to be doing more and more private eye readings. All right, you guys. So let's get into what this person thinks. UK police in Portugal did nothing. Thank you, Arn Grimm. Thank you. Okay, listen to this dude. This is, who was this? Let me see. I have a hard time saying his name. Dan Wooton? Outspoken. Give his channel some love. Listen to this.
John Wedger, the former Scotland Yard detective, has said this openly. Nothing made sense with this case. And if you look at the location that she was abducted from, this was a very, very safe part of Portugal. Nothing like this had ever happened. It was very family orientated. The same families would go back there every year. This was so out of the ordinary. And that then makes you think, okay, well, we do have to now consider that Ghislaine Maxwell did go to Portugal. The Jeffrey Epstein trafficking network did recruit from Portugal. It also, went to many other places. But
Wait, you're saying, Michelle Maybell, that the woman that's holding the hand of the child is a male? I would have to have some proof on that. That doesn't float for me, love. Sorry, I just don't buy that that's a male. I feel like that is a female fully. Oh, tornado warning lifted. Good deal, Jennifer. Great, great, great. All right, you guys. So this lady is talking to you, and she's explaining. Now, she's done a lot of Jeffrey Epstein stuff, and she knows the Madeleine McCann case. So let's give her a listen to.
The Jeffrey Epstein trafficking network did recruit from Portugal. It also, went to many other places. But we are dealing with organized crime here. So it is going to take some time to go through this. But evidently, those in power have never given us the full picture on this.
No, indeed. And the thing is, Lauren, you would imagine that Kate and Gerry McCann would be aware of this? If not, would they be asking questions now?
Like, could the child have been sold? A lot of people want to know that. No, not a male. No, that's not a male. I'm sorry, that's not a male. So that's what I have for you today. For me, I've got more questions. Like these two, that's wild. And then to really understand that Ghislaine Maxwell is a pilot, to see this footage, and I mean, really, this kid's crazy. Like, what is this? What is this? This girl looks so much like... It's wild to me. So obviously, this is why I'm sharing this with you. Again, this is... I mean, look at the way that she dresses. These longer coats, this dress, this longer jacket. There's also other pictures where she wears the much longer jackets. And then when we look at the Epstein files themselves, there's several, not just one, several alleged eyewitnesses, even 2 years after Maddie went missing, where they're saying that they've seen this child with Ghislaine. Come on. I'm like, what? I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with any of it. But I'm like, I'm going to expose what I have found. Like I said, some guy came forward with the other video back in 2008 and said, no, that's my daughter. That was the nanny walking her. Maybe that's right. Maybe it's not. We've been fed a lot of BS. How hard would it have been to pay a guy a few bucks to just throw out a little rehearsed statement to say that, to just make the footage not important any further? I don't know. I find it crazy. Michelle Mybell says, thank you, Mama D, for digging into this. I saw a short about Madeleine being in the elites. Why didn't anyone know of this CC before? It's been like 20 years. 17 is when I got the notification. I've never had a video pop up and me scroll down to look at the date and it said 17 years. 17 years. I'm like, what? Let me go back to it. Okay, let me play it. You can see right here, I'm got my little hand down here. Let me grab this. Let me do that. And we're going to make it bigger before I get off here. Now, we are going to do some pulling cards if that's your thing. I encourage you to hop over with us. But if that's not your thing, then I will encourage you to skip that step and join us when we're back on this stuff. All right, I got it pinned. All right, right here. It even needs to be smaller, doesn't it, for me to make it bigger? Oh, I can't because the actual date is August 11th, 2008, right here. Okay? So I can't make it I can't make it much bigger, but I'll try. See this? That's what popped up 17 years ago. And it says Madeleine McCann sighting on CCTV of Brussels Bank, right? And I was like, 17-year-old video? And when I watched it, I'm like, why does that look like Ghislaine Maxwell to me? And then we're getting all these other creators are digging into the Epstein files and the eyewitness accounts and people already saying that they've seen Madeleine with they think they saw Madeleine with someone that looked like Ghislaine Maxwell. And I'm like, well, I might as well just make the sandwich and bring the CCTV footage together with all this other info. I always like to take it a little further, right? I'm always inspired by other creators, such as Trapmore Ross and the others. I'm always inspired, but I always like to add something. And that footage, that blows me away. Ooh, he said it was the nanny walking her? Okay, interesting. Yeah, how convenient, the nanny. Thank you for the video. You seem like such a lovely person. Thank you, Lynn, on YouTube. Maxwell Pick has been kicking around for years for Maddie's case. Yeah, but now we got this other too. It's just wild. Just wild. You're going to have to let me know what you think. I'm trying to scoot closer to you and I can't. So with that being said, I want to say thank you incredibly much to my replay crew, to my live audience, to those in the live but not in the chat. I want to say I love you so very much. I always do. I greatly appreciate you. Please check out my shop where I sell Jersey Girls all organic lotion. It's raw cow milk. The best lotion you're ever going to get your hands on. I really, really do believe that. Also, I have a lot of other beautiful things, including decks of cards, all kinds of things. So if you're going to head over with me, I'm going to pull a few cards. We're not going to go on the Ghislaine Maxwell angle. I need to do Maddie's reading and find out if Madeleine McCann's energy produces the traffic card. Does it produce that Queen of Wands, which is Ghislaine Maxwell's energy? Does it produce the story that goes along with that? Or what do we get? So we're going to stick on just Madeleine McCann's reading and see what comes out. And now with all this new information, does it make more sense? And then after that, I'm going to hand it over to my beautiful subscribers. And again, it's free to subscribe. It's only going to cost you a little bit if you hit the join button, which takes you to the members department, and you become a PI, and then you can join us in all of our live chats. All right, my lovelies? Subscriptions free though. I will see you again in just a few moments. Or if that's not your thing and you skip the next step, I will see you again very soon. I love you. See you soon.
From the dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return. When my eyes are closed, in the shadows, my enemies will think that